Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included on this frosty asteroid. And we are going full steam ahead to get the full steam ahead achievement. But before we do that, there is the matter of oxygen. Over the next little while, I'm not too worried because there is tons of this oxylite. But we do have to get in the business of making our own at some point. So what we're going to do, we'll cut a little bit more of this oxylite open. We'll start exploring both up and down. Let me just expand this a little bit. See, that is replacing wood with igneous rocks. We need to dig some of that out. Probably should work on the research for oxygen production. So let's start with air systems. We're going to need electrolyzer for sure. So we'll get that started. And I'm thinking of putting a water storage here. With that, I definitely don't want to have solid tiles to store water. Otherwise, it's going to freeze pretty quickly. So what I want to do instead is get airflow tiles. We'll have to research that after Wrangle and the team finish their research project. Let's see, 1.4 cycles to the next Duke. That is going to be Duke. That's going to specialize in research skills. Blocks are here generating a little bit of power for us. So we want to explore both up and down, but we also want to go left and right. Let's just have a look around here. Would be nice to get into this. So I'm going to try to leave some of the natural plants as they are, though. So maybe go out in this direction. The spot for 2 more beds. Make a door. And then we'll explore out like this. Because I don't really care. Oh, we don't have anyone that can dig through granite, but we will in time. We'll also want to go in this direction. This is going to be the end of our laboratory. Maybe we'll use some airflow tiles right there once we have them. Been using doors for the time being. And the snowfall. Alright, so we're digging in here. I guess that is... we get access to a little bit of this shearberry plant. Wrangle just finishing up research. Okay, moving on to airflow. Or rather, is it airflow? Air systems. Just gonna open this up so that we can get carbon dioxide. The dupes are breathing out at night. Go down here. This should be an easy dig for the next little bit down this section due to the fact that there's so much oxylite. Eventually, I plan to put some gas masks here, but only when they're needed. And, of course, once we have the research, which we do not have just yet. Okay, looks like the first dupe that can get us skill. We're going to give Rock the ability to do some digging through granite, which is nice. Wrangle. We won't give them their skill, but they're going to work towards critter wrangling. Start to explore up. We'll get so the other thing we want to do is not just explore but open up some of these buried objects, because at some point I plan on getting into dupe that's going to specialize in cooking, and they'll be using the micro mushers, but I don't want to use them until I've got a dupe that's really efficient at that. 23,000 calories. That should be going up if we start to go into more and more buried objects. Let's open up this area. Again, this is where I plan to put... I'm going to have at least one electrolyzer here with some pumps to fill up gas masks. That's later on. I'm thinking of having a electrolyzer right here. We're going to need lots of insulated pipes, though, for all this. And maybe another one sitting right in there. We'll even cut into that to get that started. Oh yeah, I forgot that I can build wood tiles, because in my last playthrough, I did not allow myself to build anything out of wood, including wood tiles. Or even the ice liquefier. That's no longer the case. Alright, that is cycle 5. Welcome to cycle 6. I'm going to see Boxer here, trying to decide whether to give them... I typically do work towards electrical engineer, but I'm going to actually focus. I think there's more benefit to having carrying skills at this point, though I will have a dupe that's going to specialize in engineering later on. And Wrangle, they're not going to use this ability yet, but I'm just going to give it to them for the time being. Let's see, Hammer's going to have their skill set. I suspect I'm going to give them construction. Let's just give Boxer their hat. Let's open up this area. That must be Hammer. Give them construction. Give them their construction hat. Oxygen, not an issue at the moment. Let's dig into here. We're going to get some buried objects, plus get a little oxylite. Buried object right there as well. Cut into here. I see a bunch in here, actually. I have the feeling like this is going to be a future stable, so actually digging this out is not going to be a bad thing, I don't think. Actually, maybe open this up just for airflow purposes. Dig into here. We are 0.3 cycles until the next dupe. And I very much will appreciate that dupe, because that's going to be a dupe that's really good at scientific research for us. Wrangle's doing what they can for the time being. Boxer's going out this way. That's going to give us a little bit of exploration in this. So we'll have access to more wild plants. The moment you start seeing them, they start growing. Same thing with critters. The moment you see them, they start reproducing. Violating an egg. Are we 23,000 calories? See buried object here, but I'll just let that oxylite evaporate. Just have a measurement here. Oh, yeah, that's right. I even left these. This is where the natural floor is going to be. Maybe we should take that ladder down. So my goal is to get our oxygen production system. Okay, so now we've got that. Before I go any further, though, there is one tile. I think this is gases. It's this guy here, an airflow tile. That's going to be important to this setup. Okay, we are ready for the next dupe. No dupes are specializing in research, so I'm going to save reload a few times until I get a dupe that's specializing in scientific research. Alright, meet Beaker, plus 11 to science, which is really nice, but I do have to be aware that they don't dig, so not necessarily super ideal, but I think they'll be just fine. There'll be much more, or a lot of things to do, including researching, which they're starting with right away. Well, before we get into it, or continue on, we've got a cot for them. Let's look at priorities now. So we'll finally make this adjustment. No one's going to do research. or be discouraged anyways from doing research, except for Beaker. We'll focus on that. Let's find a schedule for them. Beaker, let's put you maybe right here. So we only have 2 per schedule right now. And just in case something goes wrong and I need to get back to this point where I just got Beaker, I'll do that because it took probably a good dozen or so reloads before I found a dupe that I was happy with. So Beaker should be moving along with research much quicker, which is nice. I'll get the rest of the team to concentrate on just digging. In particular, since Beaker does not do any digging. Open things up just a bit down here for oxygen flow. We've got our specialized digger rock working their magic. Continue on. Igneous rock going up. And I've got to get a little bit of igneous rock for insulated pipes, now that I think about it. A tiny bit there. We'll grab those 2 pieces. Oh, here is a bunch down here. Okay, we should be good with that. On to the next part of things. This is the actual, I believe, pressure management. And that takes us to the end of cycle 6. Just starting cycle 7. So Beaker is still working away in the laboratory. Oh, hold on. It's technically not a laboratory. They're working on airflow tiles. I was going to use that to make that airflow tile, but maybe we'll do this. Beaker getting warmed up. Let's make that a priority, just so that we get a laboratory. For Beaker to be able to work in seems appropriate. Oh, let me click on that. We had that a while ago. Don't have a room up here anymore as well. Don't need one at the moment, but eventually that's going to be stable, I'm thinking. Okay, so anything... Oh, yes, we need insulated pipe. That is the other bit. So I might save room here. Let me just think about this for a grill right at that location. Right next to the grill, I'm thinking we're putting this guy here. Put some airflow tiles like that. Knock this open. It's going to need some power. And what we can do in the future, we can put 2 pumps down here to take in some of this oxygen. Build gas masks. But for now, just an open air electrolyzer to provide oxygen in addition to oxyolite would be really good. And then we're going to store our water over here using this new airflow tile. Though we have to be careful. Actually, I might even do is this. Because what I don't want to do is have lots of ice sitting inside the storage area. I want to make sure it's clean and material. So I might even do this type of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Beaker working on the research for the insulated pipe. Rest of the team working here. We will want a door. Put a double door, actually. going to control directions, or control directions in two ways. This is going to determine if this door is open, dupes can go into supply water, add water. And this is if someone gets trapped here, just a way out type deal. Both can be open now. So basically you can exit, but only in certain situations can you enter. So at the moment, we're obviously going to allow them to enter to complete this project. Hold on. Just making sure they can reach. And we'll also obviously need this guy here. Bottle empty, or put that right along. If I put that, no, that wouldn't work. It would have to be here. So what we want to do is have airflow tiles here, here, as well as here and here. But we're going to make sure that all this very cold material does not end up on top of this where we want the water to be. Put a pump in there. And then all we need to do, well, we still have to wait for a beaker to complete research. They'll be working overnight. Hopefully by the start of cycle 8, we'll have that, or be close to it anyways. It's Rock taking advantage of the little snow pile. And I think we're gonna, oh, never mind. I think beaker needs a little bit of heat. Not now, but at some point I'd like to pull in some of these guys into some stables so we can create some warm sweaters so we don't have to go back and forth like this to the wood heater all the time. Boxer encouraging beaker. Oh, I didn't supply any power. Continue on so a pump actually has power. Let me do that just for a little bit of food. So we can't start dumping water yet because these airflow tiles have not been made. Plus there's no real point until we actually have our insulated pipe ready. I'm going to put a storage there for dirt. Let's have a look around. Okay, so I think we're going to be out of tasks. So I'm going to take a moment to look around. Let's see, in this direction. I don't really care about that plant. We'll get some of that igneous rock. And we'll explore like that. Might as well open that guy. And then if I were to go down here, well, I guess that's going to be wasted at some point, this oxylite, so whatever, we'll just go in this direction. Just start exploring. Oh, and I see some equipment here. Probably not going to be interested in making it cooler anytime soon. I also should go in here. I don't know if we are forced to go in like this, or we can actually peek in. We'll see if I can, see if I can get in this way. Either way, there is a buried object. Keep getting those. But if we have the ability to do this, to up someone's skill, I'm thinking that should be done first. Because the sooner we get a skill upgrade, well, the sooner we're able to utilize it, of course. Beaker must be on break. They're not in the laboratory. Beaker, hold on. What are you doing? Picking up dirt. Why are you not in the laboratory? Maybe because someone needs... I'll up this to a 6. I think that just needs to be supplied with water. That's why Beaker's not in the laboratory, I think. But they're still doing dirt. Okay, so it is supercomputer research. Oh! Okay, yeah. I have not given the advanced research skills. That is the problem. Yeah. Completely missed that little icon on the supercomputer. So actually that would help to give Beaker that right away, because they would have gotten a little bit better research using the normal research station. But yeah, they cannot use the supercomputer without that skill. So there we are. There's that. So that allows them to continue on. Okay. Oh, I see that's in the way of exploring that any further. And I'm going to do... We're going to have a ladder there. I'll start doing like an S-dig up. Though, I'm a little bit nervous of snow. I'll get that far anyway. Okay, can we get in here is the question. Where's the closest dude? Wrangle. Oh, let's take you, move you down. Can I get you to stand in here? And will that open up that whole area? Can't remember if that works or not. We'll find out soon. Boom. Okay. And we've got this machine. And I have to decide who I want to give skills to. I'm thinking Boxer to give them some muscles to make them really strong at supplying. This may involve having to reload a few times. We'll see. Boxer on the way down. Just before they go in, I'm going to do a save in case I want to do a reload. Save as. We'll save that as test. Alright, Boxer. Let's just inspect. Complete the process. Sunny disposition. No, I don't like that. I'm going to do a reload and see what we get instead. So after many reloads, I have not seemed to get the strong muscles I was hoping for, but I'm going to settle for Deep Diver's lungs, minus 50 grams a second. Now that I've got that, we can dig down, though I can see we're going to have a problem. We're going to have to go around this desk until we can get rid of that. And we'll just keep exploring in all directions while Beaker adds in the ability to get insulated pipes, which will be nice. The other thing, though, we can put in our other electrolyzers. There's going to be one here, one up there. This is going to start to produce a good amount of hydrogen, which is nice, except for the fact that that is going to cause a bit of an issue with buildup of hydrogen way up here. We need to utilize that, obviously, in our hydrogen generator. Alright, that is cycle 8. I'm hoping by the end of cycle 9, we will have our new electrolyzer running. Beaker working away. Taking some ice in the ice liquefier. That's resulting in water, which is going down to the supercomputer. Thanks, Boxer. Beaker going back into the laboratory using the supercomputer. Punching a few buttons. Starvation. 31,000 calories. That shouldn't be an issue. Okay. Let's take a moment. While we build this, I'm wondering if we could do research on something that might be useful. Thinking the fire pole. That would allow us to go down quicker. Let's see, water. I'm going to make that a 6. First bit of... Oh, wait. Whoops. It's a little early. Didn't mean to quite do that until this was built. Let's see, igneous rock from here to here. If we can get that built, then we're pretty much producing our first oxygen with the electrolyzer. Just need to think about airflow because we are going to get lots of hydrogen. Maybe you can make that 4. So hydrogen can flow up like this. We'll have another one down here that can flow up. Ultimately, it's probably going to collect somewhere up in this area. Also tell the dupes to concentrate on this. A little bit of water that was put down there has turned to ice. That can just stay because that's going to melt back to water once we put this boiling water from the ice liquefier in it. Beaker continuing to work in the laboratory. So we lost some of our pike apple bush that was sitting on oxylite. Progress being made down here. Okay, let's go back to dropping off water. Now I've got to watch this because obviously we could get too much water and this could start to overflow. Thinking about that. Probably will want it to have this set up like this so I can put in automation. Don't have the tech for that yet, but let's start that. Thinking about that. So we can open and close this door based on whether we need water or not. But we need more infrastructure, metal refinery, and automation to make that happen. Oh my goodness, it is time for another dupe. Alright, I actually need to take a think about who I want. I think it's gonna be, I was thinking a chef, but given the fact that we've got 30,000 calories, I'm thinking the dupe that's going to specialize in engineering skills. Is there any chance we could have them right now? No, not taking this dupe. Alright, I'll reload a few times until we have someone that can work on our engineering skills. So here is the 6th dupe, Spark. This is going to be our engineering specialist interested in building, supply, operating. These are actually pretty good strengths for 3, but it does come with the fact that I've got yet another dupe. This one cannot do digging and increase bladder, so I've got to be careful about more dupes that cannot dig from this point on, but let's just have a quick look. First of all, let's find a schedule for Spark. Put them down here. Double check that I actually have a cot. We do. And let's check their priorities. Let's see, Spark, we'll get them. Maybe focus on operating for the time being. And just in case something goes wrong, let me save Spark right here. Alright, I think I'm pretty much at this point. Though it did take a while to get that dupe. I'm just going to finish up on this cycle, and that's going to be good for today. So, yeah, I'm happy with the fact that we've got this electrolyzer right there. We'll add in an additional one Let's see, put one there. Put one there. Just going to save spots for doors. Beaker is focusing on the fire pole. We'll probably install that next time. So this guy can be plugged in. Should have lots of oxygen generation. So oxygen's not going to be our problem. So working on the full steam ahead achievement, it's, well, at some point. But before we get to that, oxygen generation is an absolute must. If we want that to actually run, we're going to need to have insulated pipes leading to both of these guys. Like that. We want more efficiency. I see some warm coats would be nice, along with the fire pole. We'll make progress on that as we go. Let's also open this up because we're going to start to get hydrogen. I think that's probably going to be the next thing. Is open this up a bit more. So that hydrogen can, I think I see the first piece. That's going to start to accumulate up here. Get some ladders. We'll build a pump, but we also need all the tech necessary to get that ready and take advantage of that. That's going to be in this area. Hydrogen generator. Spark will eventually have the skills later on to give that a tune-up. But that is it for today. So we've got our oxygen generation going on. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I will see you next time where we'll keep advancing on. Till then.